Alright, how's it going, Dragonites? So, as I mentioned on my Twitter, I think I did maybe on my Facebook as well, that I would do a quick video on my new workstation, my new workbench. And for those that noticed, my wife didn't pop me in the mouth. It's just a cold sore whenever the temperature changes. So yeah, while I'm working on the project to refinish the kitchen cabinets, so they actually look nice and not layers and layers of nasty oil paint. You can see right there, I'm just stripping the paint right now and I'm about to start scraping it. But while I'm waiting for that to finish, getting the paint up, I figured I'd do this video real quick, like promised. So, as you can kind of see behind me, you got my area over there. And basically, from what you see here, let me see if I can move out of the frame a little bit. But that area that you see in the frame right now is basically my work area. And then, if you go to the other side, that corner is eventually going to be the lovely room that's going to house my father-in-law. So he'll be in the basement, which, yay for him. But yes, so the workbench. Let me get everything turned on here. Turn on some lights. Let's see, I don't want to unplug that because the battery's charging. But we should have pretty good light. So I can't swap the camera around. I guess you can't do that recording videos on the phone. Okay, so bear with the quality. I'm going to turn this around without really being able to see anything. But overall, I love the desk. It's got these two drawers right here, and they're nice. They're smooth. They're smooth action, but they're kind of stiff action, so they don't slide super easy, but they're not difficult to move either, which I really like. And there's two of those, and I've started getting my organization and stuff together, if I can get the camera to work right. But yeah, construction, everything's pretty sturdy. I really like, having this extra work light right here. It really brightens up the space. Up here above, I'm actually going to have a pretty bright light to kind of fill the area. So hopefully it'll just be well lit, rounded. I do have one light up there, right there, yeah. A little daylight LED bulb, but it's not super bright. So one of the best things I loved is that my Esplat2, or I don't know, I'm probably butchering the name of that, but the work mat, the anti-static work mat that I got from AlphaCool via modmymods.com, it's a perfect fit. And when I said perfect fit, you can see here, not even a quarter of an inch on that side, and same with that side. Like, it's almost like this workstation was made for it, which is phenomenal. Absolutely love it. So yeah, the brand of the desk says right here, OlympiaTools. I'm sorry this is mirrored, but OlympiaTools. And it's pretty awesome. I got it on discount from a discount store. They had like a stack of them, and they didn't really sell too quickly. So at the discount store, the longer it sits on the shelf, the more it discounts. So the next time I went back, there were still some on the shelf, and by then it was like they were 40% off the price that they had it was, and I think they had them on the shelf at like $75, and so I ended up getting it for like $40. It was absolutely amazing price. But yeah, I mean, it's just great. The pegboard in the back, I can't wait to do that and actually get, all my screwdrivers and primary tools right here for when I'm actually putting the case together or disassembling. I got all that stuff right there. So, of course, like my rivet gun, that's probably going to be right there. So only two things about this desk and the assembly of the desk that were really annoying. The first thing is, so this top shelf here, if you look, I can pick it up and there's a gap there. I have a lot of stuff on it right now, but when I don't have everything up there, like, it lifts up fairly easy because it doesn't bolt down to this piece here. It doesn't bolt to this piece, this front piece. So this can move freely back and forth without being attached to the top shelf, which is kind of annoying. But while we're on the subject of the shelf pieces themselves, so like I said, they're held together. Sorry about the lighting, but you got a bolt here and a bolt here. Well, you might be able to see I can pull this bolt out because one of the nuts they sent me wasn't threaded, and I don't have that M5 thread or whatever, whichever one it was. I have the little bag here somewhere floating around because I kept it, so I would actually know which one it is, unless, you know, my lovely father-in-law threw it away or something. But yeah, the nut didn't have a thread on it. I couldn't understand like why I was trying to thread it on and it wasn't going on. I was like, come on, I'm not this bad at threading a nut on a bolt. And I looked really close at it, and the inside of the nut was smooth. Smoother than a baby's bottom. Like, it was nuts. So yeah, those are my only two quirks about the Workbench. Other than that, I wish I had more of them and just, you know, put one here, put one here, put one here, you know, put 3 in a row, because this is, I just really like it. I like it. It's got a lot of organization. It's got a lot of storage space with the bottom shelf, the drawers, and then the top little shelf. That's additional. So yeah, that's the Workbench. I love it. Again, OlympiaTools. I don't know the brand of it. Actually, I can find out for you, because I still have the box. So if I move this big old box that a mattress came in right here. This is the box for the Workbench. And it's probably all backwards and everything. So that's the model and item number. So yeah, pause the video if you needed to get that. But yeah, I'd highly recommend them. And I wish I just had more money so I could have gotten more at the time. But quick little dungeon update. So if you look, I have my Workbench here. And behind me, these white shelves made of wood, they're like falling apart. So if you remember from my other unboxing videos, I have my black metal shelves, and I'm going to rip this all down. I'm just going to take a sledgehammer and just rip it down. And one of my black metal shelves should fit perfectly in that little cubby hole. And then the other shelf I'm planning to fit on this side of my Workbench. So it'll be shelves, Workbench, shelves. And I think I'm going to make a separate little table, I guess, that's going to kind of come out from here. However it'll fit. You know, maybe I'll, you know, have the shelves here and have it come out here, so I kind of have like a, just like a U-shaped work area. Sorry if I'm making you dizzy. Whoops. But I want to make another table that I can like drill rivets out and stuff like that without messing up my anti-static mat. Because if you run your hand over it, there's still some little like metal shavings and stuff from the last time. So I'm going to have to do a really good brushing before I dive into our first mod. Which actually, I got a guy in Boston, Massachusetts that's going to be paying me to mod his case. It's a relatively simple mod, just a little bit cutting, some RGB lighting, in one of the NZXT H440 cases. He's already ordered it. He's shipping it straight to me, and he already paid me via PayPal. So as soon as that gets here, I'm going to start some modding videos and getting that done, and I'm going to work my butt off to get it back to him rather quickly, because why not? He deserves it. If he liked my other builds good enough to want me to do his, like, I'm going to do it upright, and I'm, going to make sure it doesn't take a whole long time. Other than that, right now, my desk build is in the back of the van, and I got to bring it in. But that's like last thing I do before I leave here tonight. Somewhere around 1 in the morning, or maybe 2, just depending how spunky I feel tonight. That's pretty much it. Where we are, we still got a lot of organization and unpacking to do, a lot of wires and cables and stuff like that that I just have to organize and figure out. So I have the rack here, and I have storage nuts that I got from work, and then I have some pegboard here. So that's where we got a lot of organization tips. Again, I really highly recommend the Workbench, and I hope maybe you found this useful. If not, it was a good little tour of the new dungeon, and I will talk to you guys later. Hit me up with any questions. Have a good night.